Okay. Hi. Today we're gonna have a lesson about understanding yourself. If you understand yourself, you understand the market. Okay. Paradigm. So what is it? Paradigm are a multitude of habits that guide every move you make. They affect the way you eat, the way you think, the way you walk, the way you talk. They govern your communication, your work habits, your success, and your failure. So govern, it's an important word. If it govern, that means you don't really have much choice. You think you have choice, but you don't. First, let's see. I choose religion here, and I'm gonna tell you about this too. So the religion, I think it's Muslim. So if you see a Muslim, you know the way they think, you know the way they're gonna act, what you should or should not say to them to uh, be friendly to them. Let's say this way. And then you have Catholics. You have, I think, Christianism or Catholics, and you have Protestant. It's the same religion, but both think a little bit the same way. One think very good, have good thought about money, another one not. But it's I think depends if they're French or English. It also was built for years. Then you have the Indian. So Indian about this religion I don't know about, but you all can see they all sit down and I think Buddhism. If I can be wrong about, sorry if I am to the Indian people, but it's all they're gonna act in the same way. And then you have uh, this picture. Let's say it's a university course, it can be also a seminar or something else for a program or all kind of stuff. So it's same as the other one when there's a bunch of people in the same place, thinking the same way and listening the same thing. That's what about university. It's if you go to one university about one to another one, they're gonna think different way because they're gonna have a they self mindset about something, an idea or a value different to others one. So that's it's the important things to understand. Another thing important to understand, to change a Muslim to Christians, good luck. They probably won't, even if they make a choice for, they will have a conflict, intellectual conflict about those two switch. Why? Because they was governed for being a Muslim for life, and to move to a new religion, they probably gonna have some difficulty about, and vice versa. And same about if you start to uh, bring them to another example, an event that doesn't fit their beliefs. So that's going to create a conflict. It's a little bit conflict that we have in the world. It's most of them. It's about different point of view and the way you act, the way you react, and go on and go on. So the beauty of the paradigm, it's when you understand how people gonna act, you can predict what they're gonna do. So that's basically that's it. You also have paradigm, and that's what we are here to change. The way we think, and to change our bad habits to good habits, so we can create good paradigms. So the question, if you are one of millions of traders with a specific paradigm, then what happens when you have millions of traders at the same time in the market, in the same market, and having the same emotion? So first, be aware that what makes someone buy or sell, it's emotion. It can be stress, we're gonna go through that after, but it's gonna be emotions. And actually it's gonna be multiple. So let's see the next one. So let's see here. There's three different stocks. Okay, I think you have Ray, Azul, and Zenash. This stocks, it's an airline sector. So it's the same time frame. So one of them it's on buy level, another one it's on sell level, and the other one it's a consolidation. So you have to be very uh, analytic to try to understand what they do and why they move up, down, or sideways. There's many things. There's fundamentals. It can be owner's interest. Sometimes they're gonna sell. Sometimes gonna buy due to things that they may know or not. There also can be some fraudulent action that the company do, or another company. It happens to me when they try to liquidate this company for their own interest, and then by going to court on them in the false prejudice. And you also have trending analyze perception. Some people gonna say, okay, it's a buy zone, like if it's a trend up, so it's a buy zone, they're gonna start to buy. Maybe it's that's what's the reason. Some people gonna say it's a fill the gap. You also can have probably some resistance here, buy zone for resistance, and go on and go on. There's all kind of perception that people can have. Same if we go here, this company going down and down, so it's kind of downtrend. Maybe just start to sell off for X reason. It's maybe in panic zone, and also you can have many reasons why this company going down. So the important things about this, it's actually same sector and they moving all different way. So if you take S&P 500, it's about 5. So let me go back. So you have one type of paradigm, second, third. There's three kind different paradigm. One is on buy zone, sell zone, and consolidation. They don't know where the market go. And yeah, so you have to deal with. But how you gonna deal? It's basically by understanding what's happening right now here with the candlestick and the way action price. Okay, now another thing. Let's say if you are a forex trader, and even in the trading in stock market and index and go on. So you have, this is my different time. You have Asia time, you have London time, and you have New York time. The way the Asian think and the London and the United States, it's all different. When you know how they think, how they move, and the habits, you can start to trade and can be use it for your advantage. Also, what you have a different strategy. You have Bollinger Band strategy, different moving average 20. That's an example. 22, or it can be only 13 moving average. So when people have the moving average, they are always different. Everybody finds something for themselves. If you go from one stock to another one, the moving average may work or not. Also, you have Fibonacci, London CEO bank interest, so maybe a London bank gonna short one stock and another bank from New York gonna buy it. So they all have their own interest, and you cannot really read their mind. So you have to be aware about, and you have also many other reasons. So what's my point about that? It's very hard to be, even if you read all the fundamentals, to try to understand what every category are looking to do, how they're gonna think, and what you should expect. So that's why I love the paradigm, because I don't have to care about all the fundamental, the news, because a news can say the dollar's GDP is going up, then people gonna short it still, because they're gonna say it's it's a week up, example, or they don't trust it, or for many other reasons. You have political reason, you have many other reasons. So I don't really care about any news, any example, um, analyst or anything else like this. What I care about is the paradigm of the mass. So this it's a known chart about tulip mania, or how it's working. The bull. And if you know George Soros and you listen to his talk, he actually uses this to trade. He doesn't go about fundamentals. He does go about fundamentals, but as he say, you never know. Example, if there's a good news and people start to buy, you never know when it's gonna be the end. And it's why, example, he also have bad trades when he's talking about that he's always thinking he's gonna short it, but he doesn't. That's how he shorted the London market. People blame him for shorting the London market, but actually he shorted because the economy was going the wrong way. Okay, the pound shouldn't be at this kind of price, so he decided to short it, and he was right about the market, because he's focusing on the mass, on the paradigm. So let's say here, so if example the market take off, then a little bit so off, then it's going up, then you have a pullback when people thinking it's a sales time, when they sell it's a stock, it's on sell, and then buy back. Sometimes it's gonna work, sometimes it's not, and go on, and then the fear start. If it go below a certain level, there's a fear, and it just go, it's blowing up down. So that's the basic chart you should start about. You should study about. So to make it simple, the market move only three way. So there's a downtrend, sideway, and uptrend. Sideway can go up or down. So basically, people decide that this is too high value, they're gonna short it. Then they start to look left and right before taking a move. Then they decide to buy, example, undervalue, and again it falls to consolidation, and that's where it comes to the support and resistance level. And again, it can go up or down. So you have the consolidation when people are lost or confused, where they don't know where it goes. Enthusiast when they think this specific pair or stocks or index gonna go up. Example, if they have a good news about. And the fear if it start to go down. Example, there's always a fear of dollar to fall. So it's a little bit why when it falls, usually the fear is very, very, very strong. So when it falls, usually it drop very quickly. Example here. Okay, so when it fall quickly, because the fear is a very powerful emotion, and that's why the media use it always, because they know it sells. It's not a good news, but people still gonna buy it and start to read it. So that's a little bit if we look on the news, and why it's always some dramatic words, because that's what people get into very fast. So what are those emotions? So we have positive and bad emotion. Those emotions can be a bunch of them. So it can be hope, joy, love, negative, and you can go on and go on. So no matter if the emotion you have is positive or negative, it can work for you or against you. The whole problem about it, if you're not aware about, you will be confused. So example, if one time you say the market going consolidation, you start to enthusiast because the market is starting to go back, it didn't fall, you start to buy it. Then going back to consolidation, you think it's gonna break out, you start to be enthusiastic and you actually miss it. So you have two emotions here and here, and you have a difficult to react properly to each one. Because if it will break it, you would say, oh, they're gonna make a bunch of money. Example, like here. Here, so it's one example. Example, 1 week you had this, then you go at this level. So you see the same pattern. You start to be enthusiastic because the market bring it back to higher value. So you start to go up, you start to make money. It's great. Then the market start to try to break the last highs, and it work. And you start to be enthusiastic, and it break through, and you make a bunch of money. So the two sideway was pretty much similar, but one of them make you lose money and another one make you lots of money, and it was the same emotion. So that's why I say the emotion can make it and also can make you fail, the same emotion. Okay, so what's the solution about? First, it's be aware about yourself. Second, control yourself. Understand others people's emotion. And either you control yourself in the market or the market control yourself. So for this, you need to raise your awareness. There's a different way, and normally that's what I'm trying to do right now. It's to make you aware about. And just give you an example. So let's say if it's going to the highs, like here, and you start to think, wow, people start to be fearless, the market have hard time to pass on, and you think there's a small risk, and you start to sell it. So you see first time it moved down, the fear start. Since the fear is very powerful, it little bit go back, and you sell here. So let's say you sell at this point. Why? Because you know the people fear is going to be coming back. You're going to be fearless about this price and thinking, and you will be actually right because you was focusing on the mass. So don't be the mass, but use the mass for your advantage. Okay, so thank you very much for listening, and if you have any question, you can leave me a comment.